Hi, my salty pecans. Happy Friday! You get a gift. You get a gift. You get a gift. You get a gift. Happy Friday, my salty pecans. I am still under the weather, so that's one thing I do want to share. Still definitely under the weather. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, there this thing was. I was looking for this. Glad I see it. Um, and we're pushing through though. I went to work. Um, I didn't go into work Monday because I still felt like not the best, but I pushed it. I braved it throughout the rest of the week. Thankfully, it wasn't a draining work week. There are some weeks where I'm like, I can't handle this. Well, not so much so, but there are some weeks where I'm like, this is too much. I'm tired. And I feel like by Friday, we all feel that way. Like, I still feel that way, as the days progress. But it's a 3-day weekend, which I'm super happy about. It's Memorial Day on Monday. Hey, come on, man. Not right now, please. Please. I just started the live. I don't know what it is about me sitting in this chair, but once I come in this room and I sit in this chair, it is over. Like, it is done for me. It's done. She's here. Like, she's on my lap. But all right, so I don't know how long I'm gonna plan on being here, but as you can see by the title, I rescued a couple houseplants from my mom a couple of weeks ago. Some I've already gone ahead and did what I needed to do to take care of it, but there's one particular plant that needs a little bit more TLC. So that is what we're going to really focus on. And for tonight's cocktail, we're doing a throwback to one that Mr. Sheffield recommended to me. It is the Southern Comfort and Sweet Tea combo. No, I did not, Mr. Sheffield. I definitely did not steal them. It's so funny that you popped up. I'm doing the classic Southern Comfort, the sweet tea. I think I only made it around that time and ever since. Hi, Felix. I'm feeling a lot better, but I'm still not back at 100%. I'm around, like, health wise, like maybe like 75-ish%. Last Friday, I was definitely at maybe like 40%. I was really bad. So we're gonna do the Southern Comfort and Sweet Tea. I think the recipe is pretty simple. Just do like 1 part Southern Comfort. Hold on, let me double check a recipe. That's one thing I regret about doing like some of my houseplant cocktails from earlier is that I did not have the brilliant idea of doing clips on Instagram. So some of the ones towards the latter part of the houseplant and cocktails until I took that big old hiatus, I did the separate ones, the shorts, the reels. Let me see. All right, let me see. Southern Comfort and Sweet Tea. Let me see. All right, so I need Southern Comfort, sweet and sour, and sweet tea. So 1.5 ounce of Southern Comfort. So that was 1 ounce. Let me do a half ounce. Um, oh wow, exactly half an ounce. That was 15 cc's. Where's the lid? Where is the lid? Okay, let me quickly grab the, hold on, let me go back to this. Let me, hold on, all right. Let me get the sweet and sour. I didn't know I needed sweet and sour. Did I make it with sweet and sour last time? Oh, bummer. I guess I don't have any sweet and sour mix. Thank you for holding for me. All right. Okay, yeah. I don't have any sweet and sour, so we're just gonna do it straight up sweet tea and Southern Comfort. Mrs. Sheffield says I've never used sweet and sour. Okay, perfect, because I can't find it. I guess I ran out and I just never re-upped. And I probably should have used a larger container, like cup. I don't know if I could get another 30 cc's in this. Barely. I got like 25 cc's. Hi, Lainey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, y'all. So let me do a little mixy mix. Southern Comfort, which is some good old whiskey. And in my little whiskey glass with some planty leafy cubies. Cheers, salty peeps. So caramel. So delicious. Thank you again, Mr. Sheffield, for putting this into my atmosphere. That's good. That's real good. So let me show you the planties that I picked up from Mom's that I had to rescue. And the semi-progress that they've made. So I have this vase that I have a variety of different house plants that might have broken off or I might have chopped. And they're longer. So this holds those sort of plants. Mom, I like any plants that she has, usually I give to her. But these particular plants, this particular plant, my sister at her old office, they like the co-sharer of the spaces was moving, so they anyways gave the plant to my sister, and then my sister brought it home. She now doesn't even live in hold on. I'm gonna have Okay, sorry. Um. So, anyways, I went to my mom's house a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, why is this in the trash? Right? Like, there was like one piece in the trash. I'm like, why is this in the trash? She was just like, oh, it's like it like fell off of the plant, and I'm like, no, mom, this type of plant is the type that you can just put it in water and it's gonna grow roots. So that's what I did. I took the rest of the plant, like they were basically just falling off. ZZs, when a ZZ doesn't want a ZZ, the ZZ's not gonna ZZ. Okay, it's going to fall off of the rhizome, and that's it. So I picked up whatever was left inside of the pot, and I placed them in the container of water a couple of weeks ago, and I completely forgot about them. And they've all grown roots. This one, it started to like mush up. So then I like broke off the mushy part, and then it's now happy. Okay. So this one even has a root growing here because it had to really rehab itself. Hi, Miss Lady June. Welcome. So I'm gonna eventually like give this back to her, but the rhizomes are growing, the bulbs are bulbing. I love how ZZ's just Zizify itself. Obsessed. So I'm just gonna put it back in here, and then I'm gonna show you the main character of the night that we're gonna work on before we head out. Well, I'm not heading out tonight. I don't feel good, one, and secondly, it's raining, so I don't even want to be outside in this weather. I didn't even go out for like lunch. I haven't gone out for lunch all week. I'm so not feeling the best. All right, so this is a philodendron Rio. No, this is a philodendron Brazil. Whatever, same damn country. All right. So this one, as you can see, super limp, super dehydrated. And also, this is cold damage. This is damage from the texture, the leaves, the foliage itself is very thin. All right. So this is my lemon lime philodendron. Okay. So with my lemon lime philodendron, the leaves are very soft. They're very thin. They can't withstand, too much extremes. So they can't do too hot and they can't do too cold. This was living by the window over the radiator. And in the way like my mom's apartment where this was, it's like facing more northern, which gets the least amount of sun, and it's barricaded by like other buildings, so even less sunlight. So I'm gonna do a little choppy chop. We're gonna toss the soil out. I did actually last week. I dropped off the soil downstairs, and then yeah, they did what they did with the soil. Happy about that. Let me have a sippy sip. That whiskey better not sneak up on me because I'm gonna be home all night. Calm down. Let me see if I could put this down any further. If not, okay. Let me see. Not tall enough. Hold on. Let's try this. Excellent. Excellent. All right. So I think y'all can see there's plenty of random sticks that we're tossing out. a knife, and those were this purpose that those served were to help this vine up. And again, this plant was full, it was bushy, it was thick, because I give my mom like good quality plants, and you know, her thumb is not as green as mine, so you know, some of them have declined. And then I take them back and we rehab them. I also have on the side right here a little plastic cup of water, which is where I'm going to put the cuttings. I'm basically just going to cut this down into multiple nodes, pop it in water. Now that it's warmer, I'm going to place it near my window, but the window that it's going to go by is a window that is not open, so it's not going to get any like outdoor breeze, which again, since this got so much like cold damage, like there's really no point in even keeping the leaves, like the foliage. That's another thing, because that's pointless, because they're gonna like be ripped off anyway. So we'll see how many cuttings we're gonna get out of this. So let's count node. This is a really long internode. Annoying. So 1, 2, I'm gonna do 3 for this one. And then this is, I'm gonna cut the little top of that internode because it's pointless. I'm gonna pull off the sheath. The sheath is the outer layer that a lot of plants are covered by, like new growths. It protects them as the plant is growing and maturing. And when it's the perfect size, it just cracks out of that sheath like a little chick, cracking out of an egg. So every leaf is essentially like a baby chick, and when you think about it. Yeah. All right, so another 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna cut it. Yeah, right here. It's fine. All right. Internode. Oh, this girl. 1, 2, 3. Yo, Shorty's a trip, yo. Shorty's a trip. It's the purring for me. It's also the purring though. Very vocal. Again, this is a Southern Comfort and Sweet Tea that Mr. Sheffield put me on last spring, I believe it was. What up, girl? You do not wipe your eye boogers on me. All right, another internode. Cut 1, 2, 3. And then perfect 1, 2, 3. All right, we're gonna take this spear out. Let's see if there's anything here that we can preserve. It is her nails getting into my knitted sweater that are going to send me to the loony bin. All right, so this is a crispy top. That's gone. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna just do 4 for this one. All right, that's it, y'all. That's that with that. And all of this, I'm just gonna throw all of this away. I will keep the pot though, but I will throw the foliage, not foliage, the soil, and all these little speary daggers. Et puis, c'est fini. Et voilà, that's it. Sir, Mr. Potter. I'm gonna grab a little Super Thrive, and I'm gonna put the little tiniest drip of Super Thrive in here. And then I'm going to eyeballs very meticulously about a drop worth of Super Thrive for this. All right, there's Super Thrive in here, I promise. Oh, there it is. That's all I wanted. I don't need any more Super Thrive. That's a little tiny container. It doesn't require a lot of Super Thrive. You're like, Pam, what? Listen, look how tiny Super Thrive is. And when you even read the directions, it says one-fourth teaspoon per gallon. Per gallon. 1/4 teaspoon per gallon. I'm not being cheap. I'm super thriving. Like, I don't need the armrest. Like, you see her? She's on my armrest. Wait, come back. Jack, come back. Never mind. That's probably what I needed to do all along. All right, we're gonna look. This is the bottom. Even though the leaves is over here, this is the bottom because I'm gonna look at how the leaf is growing. The leaf is growing this way. It's not growing this way. Okay. You see it's going up and then the leaf curved down. So I'm gonna just rip off this leaf because it's the lower part of the node, and I'm just gonna stick it in the water. I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna look with my eyes to see where the leaves once were. So the ones that have dried off, how is it growing? I know that plants, okay. Let me grab this one. I know that the new leaf always grows above the node, right? The new leaf is always above the node. The new leaf is never under the node. So when I look at a bare node, okay, I'm sorry, a bare stem, bare cutting, I locate, okay, I see this was where the leaf was once connected. So that means this is the top of the node. So that means this leafless cutting goes in the water this way. It doesn't go this way. If I do it like that, I'm like drowning the plant. Conceptually, I hope you'll understand the math. Okay, since I already have this, I'm gonna look. This is ugly. It's dying. So we just rip that off. Pull off that sheath. We don't need all that extra stuff, honestly. In the water, it's gonna mush up and get gunky. So just rip it off. In the water. Boom. Again, same, this is a leafless node. I'm gonna locate where the leaves were growing. So it's on top. So this is how this will go in the water. Okay. Let's see. It's easy with the ones that have leaves because the leaves are already there. You know, this is the top. So I'm just going to rip the bottom leaf off because it's going to go in the water. It's going to end up dying anyways. So I don't need all that extra mush in my water. And I might even rip this one because this is a shorter cutting. So it'll be in here. We have just a couple more cuttings left. All right, so this one, even though the leaf is at the bottom, I have to look at how the leaf is growing in. So the leaf, even though it's facing down, this is not the bottom of the node. The leaf, when I look closer, it's actually growing from the top. So this is the lower half, and this is the top half. This is where new growth is going to come from. Okay, so this top leaf, I'll leave it on here, and then I'll just plop this in the water. For this one, I'm going to remove the sheath. Remove the sheath. Locate where the leaves is growing. This one, even though empty, leaf empty, I can cheat and see that, okay, the leaves are growing on the top half. So the cutting is going to go in the water like this. And I think this is the last and final one. This is very crispy and very America's Next Top Model. All right, but I located the top. So this cutting is going to go in here just like that. And literally that's it. I put the Super Thrive. There's literally nothing more I need. I'm going to toss out the extra leaves that the extra leaves. And that's it. All right, salty peeps. So I'm going to stick that in the window. Once this gets a bit thicker root-wise, the ZZs, I'm going to plop them in soil. I'm going to put them right back in the container that my mom gave me, well, that I rescued them from my mom in. Okay. And I'm going to head them, give them right back to her. And hopefully, fingers crossed, she does what she has to do and stop offing these dang old plants. The only thing about her windows are south facing and north facing. So she gets like extremely harsh light or barely any light. Yeah, so with that type of lighting, you really have to be meticulous. You actually have to be a vigilant houseplant parent, in my opinion, versus someone who might look out and get like east facing, like east facing light exposure, like myself. So, salty peeps, I am going to head out. I'm gonna go call my niece back because she was the one that was FaceTiming me earlier. And I will finish my Southern Comfort. I'm gonna go have some dinner, and hopefully I feel better tomorrow. I really want to go out. I have not gone out in like a week, 2 weeks. So, like, oh, before I head out, let me just have a little quick confession conversation with y'all. The last several months I've been on it with, I guess, like how I consume things, like being more physically active. But the last month I completely slacked with, like, again, the new job and the change in weather, like it being so rainy. I don't even get the chance to like go on my walks. And so, and then being sick last week and being home, I kind of like just ate whatever. So I like stepped on the scale and it's like, oh girl, you gained like 10 plus pounds. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So the last couple of days I've been getting back into it. And then a lot of it is water weight, because I just looked at my face and I was just like, if y'all see me, I was just like super, super round. So I've already, like, from what the scale said, those 10 pounds kind of already gone. So I really gained like almost 20-ish pounds, but I've already lost about the 10 pounds of water weight. And then I think I have like maybe like 5-10 pounds of actual fat or even more water weight. I think a lot of it is water weight. So I have a goal and I'm trying to get to my goal this year. And then once I reach my goal, just maintain. That's really where I'm at. It's just maintaining. Yeah. So that's one thing. I'm like, girl, we love food, but not more than, looking nice for my nice for me to look at. Like, because I always think I look nice, but can always improve on many different aspects: financially, physically, mentally, spiritually, romantically. So, with that being said, I've gone ahead and did my ramble. It was nice to see you, CJ. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by, Miss Lady June. Thank you, Senor Palacio. Thank you, Mr. Sheffield, Miss Laney. I really appreciate you all for joining me tonight and my other silent salty pecans. I am again going to go ahead and have some din and enjoy my night and try to get some ample rest so I can feel. I have a doctor's appointment at like 9 in the morning. Ugh, why do I do that? Knowing I'm gonna be stuck at that dang office for like the rest of the day. All right, salty peeps. Love you all. Let's get going. Bye.